It's a Watergate salad pie.
This is a Pennsylvania Dutch dessert called shoe fly pie.
A grasshopper pie is really just, it's a mint Oreo pie. It's nice and fluffy.
Why have these delightful pies vanished from our tables? Can today's desserts capture the magic of the 1970s with its whimsical grasshopper pie and the nostalgic Ritz cracker pie, now just sweet memories? Join us as we take a mouth-watering trip down memory lane with 20 forgotten pies in the 1970s we want back.
Grasshopper pie is really just, it's a mint Oreo pie. It's nice and fluffy and light and minty and chocolatey.
Grasshopper pie was a mint-flavored treat inspired by the grasshopper cocktail from the 1950s. The pie was vibrant green thanks to the addition of creme de menthe. The filling combined marshmallow fluff and whipped cream mixed with the creme de menthe and creme de cacao, giving it a minty, chocolatey taste. This creamy mixture was in a chocolate cookie crust, typically made from crushed chocolate wafers or Oreos. During the 1970s, grasshopper pie was a favorite at parties and gatherings, admired for its refreshing flavor and striking appearance. However, as dessert trends evolved, its popularity declined. The use of creme de menthe, which contained alcohol, also made it less suitable for family-friendly occasions, further contributing to its decrease in popularity over time. As grasshopper pie's popularity faded with changing taste, could another dessert's clever twist be its perfect substitute? Let's explore mock apple pie and its inventive solution.
This is called mock apple pie, and you won't believe it, but when you make this pie, people eat it, they think they're eating apple pie.
Mock apple pie was a clever dessert from the Great Depression era that used Ritz crackers to replicate the taste and texture of apple pie. It gained popularity in the 1970s, mainly when apples were scarce or expensive. The pie's filling was created by soaking Ritz crackers in water, sugar, lemon juice, and spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. The crackers absorbed these flavors, resulting in a surprisingly apple-like taste. The mixture was then baked in a traditional pie crust, producing a dessert that resembled apple pie despite containing no apples. During the 1970s, mock apple pie became popular due to its ingenuity and the novelty of using crackers instead of fruit. However, as fresh apples became more available and affordable, the need for this substitute declined. Changing taste and emerging new dessert trends further contributed to its waning popularity.
It's summertime, so it's time to make a summer dessert. I'm going to make something called Watergate salad pie.
Watergate pie was a popular dessert from the 1970s that combined pistachio pudding, pineapple, and whipped topping, similar to the flavors of the well-known Watergate salad. It came about when pistachio pudding was in vogue thanks to the Jell-O Company's introduction in 1976. The pie's name was a playful reference to the Watergate scandal, adding a humorous twist to its origins. The pie featured a graham cracker crust filled with pistachio pudding, crushed pineapple, and whipped topping, with some variations, including marshmallows and nuts, for added texture and flavor. Watergate pie was a hit at potlucks and family gatherings, and it was loved for its light, refreshing taste and bright green color. However, as culinary trends shifted and new desserts became popular, Watergate pie lost its appeal. Its unique ingredients and connection to a political scandal may have contributed to its decline.
I see bananas when I look in your eyes. I'd shower you with coconut cream pies.
Coconut cream pie was a popular dessert in the 1970s, known for its rich coconut custard filling topped with whipped cream and toasted coconut flakes. The origins of this dessert date back to the early 20th century when shredded and dried coconut became widely available, making it easier to include coconut in different recipes. The pie's main ingredients included a crust, typically made from graham crackers or pastry, which was then filled with a creamy mixture of coconut milk, whole milk, shredded coconut, sugar, and egg yolks. The filling was cooked until it thickened and poured into the crust. After cooling, the pie was topped with whipped cream and finished with a garnish of toasted coconut flakes. This dessert was a favorite at family gatherings and potlucks. It was cherished for its tropical flavor and smooth, creamy texture, making it a memorable treat from that era. Looking back at coconut cream pie's creamy tropical delight, could the next dessert offer a similarly comforting experience? Let's explore buttermilk pie and discover its unique charm.
Have you ever tried buttermilk pie? It's really delicious. It's very sweet, and it doesn't taste like buttermilk at all.
Buttermilk pie, a custard-like dessert, gained popularity in the southern U.S. during the 1970s. Its origins could be traced back to European culinary traditions, mainly from England and Germany, brought over by settlers. The pie's simple ingredients, sugar, butter, eggs, and buttermilk, were common in rural households, making it a practical and beloved choice. The filling was made by mixing buttermilk, sugar, eggs, and butter, sometimes with a hint of vanilla or lemon zest for extra flavor. This mixture was then poured into a pie crust and baked until set. The result was a creamy, slightly tangy custard that paired perfectly with the flaky crust. Buttermilk pie was especially popular during holidays and family gatherings, and it was appreciated for its simplicity and rich flavor. Its comforting taste and ease of preparation made it a cherished dessert in Southern homes.
My oatmeal pie recipe without corn syrup and with coconut is an easy and delicious old-fashioned dessert.
Oatmeal pie, often known as the poor man's pecan pie, first appeared during the Civil War when pecans were scarce and costly. The pie's filling, made from oats, brown sugar, butter, and sometimes corn syrup, created a gooey sweet texture similar to pecan pie, but without nuts. The oats added a chewy consistency, making it a distinctive and enjoyable dessert. In the 1970s, oatmeal pie gained popularity as a budget-friendly alternative to more expensive nut pies. With simple ingredients commonly found in most households, it became an accessible treat for many families, particularly in rural areas where frugality was valued. However, as pecans became more available and affordable, the demand for oatmeal pie declined. Changing taste and emerging new dessert trends also contributed to its fall from favor, causing it to fade from the spotlight over time.
So here to make us an old-school American classic, a luscious Shaker lemon pie.
Shaker lemon pie, first created by the Shaker religious communities in the early 1800s, was a distinct dessert made from whole lemons, including the rind. The pie's filling featured thinly sliced lemons, sugar, and eggs, resulting in a tart yet sweet flavor. The lemons were softened by macerating them with sugar, then mixed with eggs and baked in a flaky crust. This pie showcased the Shaker's resourcefulness, using every part of the lemon except the seeds. During the 1970s, Shaker lemon pie was famous for its simple yet bold, refreshing taste, especially in the Midwest, where Shaker's influence was strong. However, as dessert trends changed and more convenient options became available, the pie's popularity declined. Its labor-intensive preparation also contributed to its fall from favor. Despite this, Shaker lemon pie remains a nostalgic reminder of a bygone era. As Shaker lemon pie faded into nostalgia, what replaced it as the go-to dessert of the 1940s and 70s? Let's explore Millionaire pie.
Millionaire pie is an easy and delicious no-bake dessert. It's perfect for the holidays, whether it be Christmas.
Millionaire pie, also called $1 million pie, was a no-bake dessert that gained popularity in the southern United States during the 1940s. It featured a creamy filling with whipped topping, crushed pineapple, and chopped pecans, all set in a graham cracker crust. Variations of the recipe sometimes included condensed milk, cream cheese, and maraschino cherries, making it even more decadent and indulgent. During the 1970s, Millionaire pie was a hit at potlucks and family gatherings because it was easy to make and had a delightful taste. Its refreshing tropical flavor made it an ideal summer treat, and since it required no baking, it could be prepared without heating the kitchen. However, as dessert trends changed and more sophisticated recipes became popular, Millionaire pie lost appeal. Additionally, the shift towards health-conscious eating led to a decline in the consumption of decadent, calorie-dense desserts.
This one's for a pie that I've never tried before, but I'm so curious about. It's called a sawdust pie.
Sawdust pie, a popular dessert from the 1970s, was a unique treat made with coconut, pecans, and graham cracker crumbs, creating a dense and chewy filling. This pie was first baked at Patty's 1880 settlement in Grand Rivers, Kentucky, sometime after 1975. It gained wider recognition when the recipe was featured in Bon Appetit magazine in May of 1983. The name sawdust pie came from how its mixed ingredients looked, resembling sawdust. The pie's ingredients included egg whites, shredded coconut, chopped pecans, graham cracker crumbs, and sugar, all baked in a flaky pie crust. Often served warm, it was commonly topped with whipped cream and banana slices, offering a delightful contrast to the rich, nutty flavor. This dessert quickly became a favorite for its distinctive texture and nostalgic appeal.
I am honored to share this recipe with you. It's really tasty, and a vinegar pie has a long history in the South.
Vinegar pie, a creative dessert from the 1970s known for its vinegar-flavored custard, often substituted for lemon pie when fresh lemons were hard to find. Its origins trace back to the 19th century pioneer days when fresh fruits were rare. Pioneers used apple cider vinegar to mimic the tartness of lemons, resulting in a sweet and tangy pie that became an everyday treat in many households. The ingredients for the vinegar pie included flour, sugar, water, eggs, butter, and apple cider vinegar. The mixture was cooked until thickened and then poured into a pie crust to bake. The final product was a custard-like filling with a distinctive tangy flavor. This inventive use of vinegar turned an otherwise scarce ingredient into a delicious and memorable dessert. After discovering how vinegar pie transformed a simple ingredient into a delightful treat, what other unique pies shaped dessert history? Let's explore the lighter, clear delight of transparent pie next.
But the real answer? Yes. Go to McGee's and get transparent pie. Trust me.
Transparent pie, a custard pie from the 1970s, was made with sugar, butter, cream, and eggs, resulting in a lighter and clearer filling than chess pie. The pie first appeared in the 1800s in the northern Kentucky River region, where home cooks used essential ingredients from their pantries. By around 1930, McGee's Bakery in Maysville, Kentucky, had popularized the pie, bringing it into the spotlight. The recipe included sugar, eggs, butter, flour, vanilla, and whipping cream. When baked in a pie crust, the mixture formed a custard-like filling that was both sweet and creamy. While transparent pie was often compared to chess pie, it was known for its lighter texture and more transparent look. The combination of ingredients and the preparation method created a distinctive dessert that stood out from other custard pies of the time.
If you're looking for a different pie this holiday season, this is the one. This is a Pennsylvania Dutch dessert called shoe fly pie.
Shoe fly pie is a beloved dessert from Pennsylvania Dutch country. It features a rich molasses filling, brown sugar, and a crumb topping that makes it look like a crumb cake. Widely popular in the 1970s, its roots trace back to the late 19th century, when it was first enjoyed as a breakfast treat alongside coffee. The name shoe fly came from the need to shoo away flies attracted to the sweet molasses. The pie's main ingredients included molasses, brown sugar, flour, and butter, which created a sticky, sweet filling with a crumbly top. There were two main versions, the wet bottom, which had a gooey layer at the bottom, and the dry bottom, which was more cake-like throughout. Shoe fly pie was a staple in Amish and Mennonite communities, and it was appreciated for its simplicity and long shelf life.
We're having pecanless pecan pie.
Pretty much. It's an oatmeal pie, looks like pecan pie, tastes like one, but not pecan pie.
Mock pecan pie, also known as depression pie or oatmeal pie, was a clever creation from the 1920s and 30s. It was made to taste like traditional pecan pie without using costly pecans. This pie became popular again in the 70s, especially among those who remembered its origins. The main ingredients included oats or pretzels, light corn syrup, butter, sugar, and eggs. These ingredients created a filling that mimicked an actual pecan pie's gooey, nutty texture. The pie's history was rooted in economic hardship when pecans were too expensive for many families. By using oats or pretzels, bakers could achieve a similar flavor and a texture at a much lower cost. Mock pecan pie was well received because it was affordable and demonstrated the creativity of those who had to make do with what was available. As we savor the rich history of mock pecan pie, how does the refreshing pineapple cheese pie fit into the 1970s dessert scene? Let's explore this fruity twist next.
Today I'm making a no-bake pineapple cream cheese pie.
Pineapple cheese pie was a popular dessert of the 1970s, known for its simple yet delightful flavor. This pie had a layer of sweetened cream cheese topped with crushed pineapple resting on a graham cracker crust. The blend of tangy cream cheese with sweet pineapple created a refreshing and unique taste. Although its origins were unclear, it quickly became a favorite due to its easy preparation and tropical flavor. The main ingredients were cream cheese, crushed pineapple, sugar, and a graham cracker crust. Some variations included a hint of vanilla or a sprinkle of chopped pecans on top to add texture and flavor. The pie was particularly enjoyed during the summer and at family gatherings, thanks to its light and fruity profile that ideally suited warm weather and social occasions.
Recipe from my grandmother and from my mother is passed down, and it's a raisin pie.
Raisin pie had a sweet, tangy filling made from plump raisins, sugar, and spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. This pie was a holiday favorite, adding warmth and nostalgia to family gatherings. The filling often included brown sugar, lemon juice, and sometimes walnuts for extra texture. Raisin pie had roots in American baking traditions from the colonial era, when dried fruits were commonly used in desserts. Its popularity soared in the 70s, making it a festive favorite. However, as taste changed and more modern and varied dessert options became available, the pie gradually fell out of favor. The time-consuming preparation and the rise of convenience foods also contributed to its decline, leading to its disappearance from many holiday tables.
We're going to attempt to make Aunt Lula's molasses pie.
Molasses pie has a rich filling made from molasses, brown sugar, and spices such as cinnamon and ginger. It's often topped with meringue or whipped cream, which contrasts nicely with its deep, sweet flavor. Before refined sugar became common, molasses, a thick syrup from sugar cane or sugar beets, was a popular sweetener in the U.S. The pie, rooted in Pennsylvania Dutch cuisine, was a staple in many American homes. Its popularity peaked in the 1970s when it was a favorite at family gatherings and holiday celebrations. However, as refined sugar became more affordable and widely available, the use of molasses declined. Additionally, the pie's labor-intensive preparation gradually disappeared from modern kitchens. As we savor the decline of molasses pie, let's explore how the 1970s adapted with the inventive mock mincemeat pie. What made this new twist so appealing?
Taking a trip across the pond, and we're making a traditional British dish, mincemeat pie.
Mock mincemeat pie, a creative twist on traditional mincemeat pie, gained popularity in the 1970s. This pie's filling was made from apples, raisins, and spices like cinnamon and cloves, mimicking mincemeat's flavor without using any meat. The mixture often included orange zest and juice, adding a refreshing citrus touch. Originally, mincemeat pies contained actual meat, but by the Victorian era, the recipe had evolved to focus more on fruits and spices. Mock mincemeat pie emerged as a more straightforward, meat-free alternative, making it accessible and appealing to a broader audience. It became trendy during the holiday season, bringing a festive touch to family gatherings. This pie's sweet and spice filling provided a delicious option for those who preferred not to eat meat, and its popularity continued as a holiday favorite.
I'm making a chocolate chess pie, and I'm giving it a little twist by making it in a graham cracker crust.
Chocolate chess pie was a delightful twist on the classic chess pie, featuring a rich chocolate filling. In the southern U.S., chess pie dates back to the 17th century when it was brought over from England. The chocolate version likely appeared in the late 19th or early 20th century as chocolate gained popularity in American desserts. The pie's filling was made from simple ingredients: sugar, butter, eggs, cocoa powder, or melted chocolate, and vanilla extract all poured into a pie crust. Some recipes included a bit of flour or cornmeal to thicken the filling. After baking, the pie was often topped with whipped cream, which added a creamy contrast to the rich chocolate. Chocolate chess pie was a beloved dessert in the 1970s for its simplicity and rich flavor, but its popularity faded as newer, more elaborate desserts became trendy.
It's a raisin cream pie with wonderful sour cream and a great pudding filling. This is an amazing old-time pie.
Sour cream raisin pie is a classic American dessert, particularly beloved in Iowa. The pie's creamy custard-like filling is made from sour cream, sugar, eggs, and spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. Plump raisins are mixed in, adding a sweet and chewy texture. It's topped with a fluffy meringue that is baked until golden brown. The origins of sour cream raisin pie date back to early European immigrants in the U.S. who used sour cream to enrich their baked goods. Raisins, a staple in American baking since colonial times, were easy to store and use. The pie became a favorite at family gatherings and community events, admired for its unique flavor and comforting qualities. Despite its popularity in the 70s, sour cream raisin pie had faded from modern menus, likely due to changing taste and the emergence of newer desserts. As we say goodbye to the nostalgic sour cream raisin pie, what other inventive desserts emerged during challenging times? Let's explore the story behind Ritz Cracker Pie.
Today we're going to make a Ritz Cracker Pie. And this recipe is easy and you may already have most of the ingredients on hand.
Ritz Cracker Pie was a unique dessert that became popular during the Great Depression. The pie's base was made from crushed Ritz crackers, sugar, and eggs, creating a meringue-like texture. This gave the filling a light and airy quality, and the crackers' slightly salty taste balanced the sweetness. It was often topped with whipped cream and fresh fruit, which added a refreshing touch. The pie's history is linked to the creativity of home cooks during hard times. Introduced in the 30s, Ritz crackers were affordable and versatile, making them a key ingredient in this easy-to-make dessert. Despite its initial popularity, Ritz Cracker Pie slowly faded from modern menus. The shift towards more sophisticated desserts and changing taste likely contributed to its decline.